Hey guys, Raider here. Hope you're all doing great and having a fantastic day. In today's video, we look to tackle the question, should you buy the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 or Watch 5 Pro? My answer is probably going to shock you, and hopefully when I give it to you, I don't end up losing a few subscribers, but I'm going to be very honest about it. Right up front, I'll say this. For those of you that don't know, if you haven't been keeping up with the latest leaks and the latest renders, I'm showing some of them on the screen now. The upcoming Galaxy Watch 5 and Watch 5 Pro will not feature the physical rotating bezel that you're able to get on any of the past Samsung Galaxy watches. I just so happen to have the regular model, so I don't have the rotating physical bezel, but do keep in mind that the model with the physical bezel definitely outsells this one every single year because people love that physical interaction with that bezel. And on this year's Galaxy Watch 5 and Watch 5 Pro, we are not getting the physical bezel. It's all but been confirmed. I mean, unless they pull some type of rabbit out of their hat, we are not seeing it this year. And I know most of you guys already know this, right? You're keeping up with these details. You're keeping up with the leaks. This isn't new news. They've been talking about this for a couple weeks now. And here's my take on it. And please just don't hit the unsubscribe button without hearing me out. Here's what I have to say about it. If you want to see the rotating bezel ever come back on any of the Samsung Galaxy watches, don't buy the Watch 5. Don't buy any of the Watch 5 variants. There's going to be 3 different models. 2 of the regular type versions, 1 of the Pro. Don't buy any of them because they all have capacitive touch input, which is the same as I have here. Here, I'll show you. Turn it on, scroll like this. That's nice and cool, but it's not the same as that physical bezel. That's more appealing to a lot of folks. It's more classic looking. It also adds a little bit of rigidity to the front because you now have a concaved area that covers the screen. Like here, I'll show a couple pictures on the screen. I've already got a couple good gouges in mine right up here on the top. It's pretty bad. It's only been like 3 months. You don't have those problems when you get that classic version, the one with the rotating bezel. Well, you're not getting that this year, and the only way to get it back is for you to make a statement. Because remember, guys, history repeats itself. Think about this for a second. We've already been screwed over 3 times. Seriously, this video is about keeping it real. 3 times now. We lost the SD card slot, right? On our flagship devices, we don't have an SD card anymore. We lost a 3.5 millimeter audio jack, and we also lost the charger in the box. But what did Samsung lose every time they took those away from us? Nothing. Sales continue to rise. The next model that came out without these features, like I was on the S9 Plus before I went over here to the Fold 3. I held out as long as I could because the S9 Plus still had SD card storage. You know, I play a lot of ROMs and stuff. But the thing is, I finally bought another version. Most other people bought the next year's model. So as far as Samsung's concerned, sales aren't hurt. And you got to remember, Samsung's a company. They're an entity. They're just like any other big company. Apple, LG, Whirlpool, Toshiba, Honda, any of these companies are out for one thing. That's to make money. They don't care about our complaints in the YouTube comments. They don't care about your subreddit posts. They don't care. All they care about is money. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. Metallica, 1991. Seriously though, seriously, sales dictate everything. So in 2 weeks, when we see the pre-orders go up on August 10th, for all of you, which is nearly 70% of the Galaxy Watch owners buy the classic version with the rotating bezel, that's your time to make a stand. That's the time for your voice to be heard by you not opening up your wallet, not pulling out your credit card, and not placing an order for the Watch 5 on August 10th. I know that sounds crazy to hear on a Samsung channel. I know, believe me. And for those of you that are new to the channel, my videos are typically not like this. But look, we got to make a stand. As Samsung fans, we have to make a stand. Because hear me out here, guys. If you guys all collectively, all of us, that want the physical bezel, if you want to ever see that bezel again, you don't pre-order the watch on August 10th, you don't buy it when it comes out, you resist those temptations. And what is Samsung looking at this entire time? From the moment they go live for pre-order on August 10th, they're looking at those sales figures. They're not looking at your complaints on YouTube. They're not looking at the complaints on Reddit. They're looking at sales figures. And if they see those sales figures dip drastically, especially with the Watch 5 Pro, which is supposed to be the counterpart for the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic with the rotating bezel, if they see that there are no sales for this new watch, guess what happens the next year? Guaranteed. I flat out guarantee it, 110%, you will see the rotating bezel come back. But if history repeats itself and everyone just bites a bullet and says, you know what, I might like it, I'll go ahead and give it a try, or I want the latest, greatest. And keep in mind, guys, we don't even know for sure if the temperature sensor is going to be added to it. So as it stands right now, there's nothing new that's actually being added. But if you sit there and say to yourself, well, I'm going to get it because it's the latest, greatest, you're telling Samsung that it's okay that they took away that bezel. Oh, I'm serious. You are telling them by giving them your money that it was okay for them to take away the physical rotating bezel and you will never, ever see it again. But if those sales drop and if they plummet, Samsung's not dumb. Believe me, we're the dummies. We're the dummies for tolerating this crap. We've already lost 3 key things and we're about to lose a 4th. We're the dummies for tolerating it and buying the next version of the product and increasing sales figures even more. How is it a mistake for Samsung to remove the SD card if they continue to have sales? How is it a mistake for them to remove the 3.5mm audio jack if they continue to have increased sales? How is it a mistake if they take the charger out of the box if the sales continue to rise? It's not a mistake. They're making money. How is it a mistake if they're making money? It's not. They win. We don't necessarily win, but in the grand scheme of things, in the big picture, ultimately, the business entity wins. And they're about to do it again right now. So for you Galaxy Watch fans, for those of you guys that want to see that physical rotating bezel stick around, it's do or die. It's do or die come August 10th. Your purchase or lack thereof is going to make the ultimate statement to Samsung as to whether or not you will ever see that rotating bezel again. Seriously, no sales, the bezel comes back. They know what they're doing. It's the only big change they're doing to this thing. Let's keep it real. They're just adding a little bit of a battery to it. That's going to make it heavier and bulkier. There's trade-offs, of course. Otherwise, it's the same watch. They know if those sales drop, they know what the reason is. Flat out. They know it's because they took away that physical bezel, and it will be back with the Watch 6. I can darn near almost guarantee it. So on August 10th, that's your chance to make a stand. Now look, if you're not into the physical rotating bezel, like a lot of people are, but like myself, I don't have it, this doesn't really pertain to you. You know, you do you. Go ahead and buy that next one. But for you guys that are really upset and disappointed, and you're on all these YouTube videos leaving the comments, and you're in the subreddits talking about it, it's your time to make a stand. And the only way you're going to make this stand is through money. All about money. It always has been, it is right now, and it always will be. Make Samsung hurt, make them feel the pain, and we will get the bezel back. All right, guys, I know this hasn't been the most positive of videos, but I felt like it was a necessary video. I mean, it is a do or die time for you Galaxy Watch fans. All right, personally, I could take it or leave it. I haven't had the physical bezel yet, but I was actually going to try it this year, and I'm not just saying that because they took it away. I actually wanted to try it to mix it up for the channel, but now I'm not going to have that option, and neither are you. But let's try to make that option come back next year if it's important to you. You know what you need to do. You know what you need to not do. Just don't log on to their site on August 10th. Samsung will fill it. Believe me. The one thing they're going to be checking are those sales figures. Not YouTube, not any of these videos, not even the big channel creators. They could care less. It's all about sales. Make them feel it. All right, guys. Next one will be more positive, I promise. As always, thanks for watching.